Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks. I'm Richie Moon.
Hey, AJ.
I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue. And it's been a lot going on in these wrestling streets, man. Let's start off hot because this is not even a hot take. This is just hot. So Westside Gunn, known rapper, known super huge mega wrestling fan, drops constant references of wrestling's lyrics, got a whole song and all that. He was at Raw the other night. Was it Raw? Yes, it was Raw. Monday Night Raw the other night. And it started out, and he says at 8:03 p.m. he got kicked out after spending $5K for a seat and travel in his own city.
Embarrassing.
Wait, let's
Is
incorporate at least
embarrassing.
a 1 minute to 2 minute tape delay. So let's say he was there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, because there's main event, they record stuff there, so he probably didn't like whatever the case is.
Nah. I'm talking about from Showtime for Monday Night Raw. Let's put in the like 1 minute, 2 minute tape delay. He was probably on Raw for 5 minutes.
And then security comes up to him like, "Yo, my man, you gotta beat it. You gotta put egg in the shoe. You gotta cram, hit rock."
Well, let's see what Westside Gunn said. Right, it's a long ass tweet. So let's get into it. He says, "Before I even say this, just know God is the greatest. For years, I mean, nobody with 2 feet has spent the amount of money I have supporting and pushing a brand I've loved since I could remember. I sat front row at every big show, literally. All the good times it brought to my life, to the point when I started making music, I incorporated in everything like Wu-Tang did karate. I made people who hated the product watch it again. I made it look cool. When at a time people thought it was nerdy, I watched that same company sit countless of people next to me who's not even fans for real and act like I didn't exist. I was threatened to take everything out of my music, which I only did to pay homage, or my whole catalog would be demolished. And everybody knows how hard I work coming from Buffalo. For me to get that threat for just supporting and being a real fan hurted me. Come on, West Side. It hurted him. But I stayed quiet and still, like a crazy man, sat front row because I love the culture. I even just went viral from spending $50K on sweets. On my soul, I've only been respectful. I try having conversations with one individual because he's causing all these unnecessary cases. And to be honest, he hates seeing a young black successful entrepreneur that could afford those seats and have to watch those chains dance across the screen to the point Monday Night Raw starts at 8 p.m. I was kicked out by 8:03 after spending $5K for a seat, plus travel, hotel, etc. in my own city for absolutely nothing. No lie, the kid in me heart broke that day. I guess the kid in him, his heart broke that day. Yeah, it was heartbroken. You would think for people who, make money off of word play, know how to use their words.
He
was venting, boy. I tell you that. This is a long ass paragraph. So he's like,
and you're missing out on the caps emphasis. By the way.
Oh yeah, no. There's definitely emphasis. There's capital words completely in caps. There's 5 exclamation points. So
supposed to screen that shit.
He's like, I bet. He's like, I put the billboard up. That $1 million man billboard up, which he loves, and I wanted to push for him in the culture because he deserves it, and to because it's a lowercase sh and a uppercase ow. So Virgil, love for the culture, and I got a letter saying. So I said, you know what, I'm a show love. Only the people that show love to me from now on. So you don't have to worry about me pushing that product over there again. And it's sad because I still love them. But I have my own company. Fourth Rope. No, that was all caps. Fourth Rope. And yeah, We're the underdogs, but we love this shit. It's not about money. We're gonna keep pushing the culture, and I'm honored to have at Josh Bishop on the trilogy cover because he deserves it for believing in me from day one as my first official wrestler. Hashtag heels have eyes. Hashtag support art. So heels have eyes is his album. Go support that. All jokes aside, but there's a lot of things to unpack in this because I feel like this kind of also bleeds into our next topic in regards to like the fan treatment, the sales, the inflation of it all. But he's spending $40K in suites. He definitely went viral like 2 weeks ago. That's a whole fact. So you're willing to continue supporting during this giant inflation where the fans are like, yo, y'all are pricing us the fuck out. He was overlooking that, which is a fact. How many times have we personally been like, oh shit, West Side Gun, that same corner, right on the ramp, he's there all the fucking time. This is not something that would have happened in the old WWE. And this is where it's like, all right, y'all are losing the good things that Vince put in place, that culture that was positive, that made the industry what it was. You're forgetting the fucking fans. Pricing us out, not embracing the... You know what? The pure fact that we had Travis Scott, skinny ass, being a part of this WrestleMania shit with The Rock, but West Side Gun was right there the whole time.
Yeah, that's kind of...
It's facts what he's saying.
And now that you mention it, oh god,
it's facts. Imagine the impact if it was actually West Side Gun, a real wrestling fan that probably would have got in the ring and not backed out like Travis did.
But does this? I don't want to bring it down because this is not about. This is not like about this tribe or this tribe. But this is not about tribalism. But does this come down to the fact that West Side Gun did a track for AEW, Bobby Like Hurt Syndicate, and it's a very popular, it's a dope song. Even if it's not a wrestling song that slaps outside of wrestling, but it's a very popular wrestling song. Does this come down to the fact that he did that? And if it does, why do it now? Because that song's been out for a year? You know what I'm saying?
The only other reason I could give it is West Side Gun is a promoter now. So any recognition that West Side Gun is giving to Fourth Rope, him being front row will kind of promote Fourth Rope. WWE is very particular, and this is me playing devil's advocate right now. Because I'm upset behind this shit. But WWE right now is very particular on their partnerships. The way they treating AAA, the way they treating TNA right now. Yeah. So to have the owner of a promotion sitting front row, business wise, I understand it. If you want to sit front row in my shit and probably low key bring your Fourth Row belts and bring any kind of promotional even though I haven't really peeped that yet, I think I did peep a Fourth Row belt though one time.
Well, at the same time, bro,
didn't O'Shea Jackson do something like that? Bring his own belt,
his podcast belt.
But you're a fan though. As a fan,
see, but the difference is he's doing media on he's doing media on wrestling. He's not actually doing his own promotion. You know, even going back to Vince, WWE has always been particular on competition. Let's stomp that shit out before it happens, unless they bending the knee. That's always been their motto. But there's no fucking excuse for this because new regime, you should be able to do things that the fans love to justify these fucking ticket prices.
Right.
You keep saying fuck the fan. When at some point we're gonna say fuck you. I'm already not supporting none of their shows because I wanted to go see Cena in the Garden. The nosiest nosebleeds, 500.
Yeah, that's just too
500, bro. The Garden nosebleeds, they get Mount Everest elevated. Like for you to tell me $500 for those fucking seats, and then a front row is what? 10
$6
bands?
billion. $6 billion.
That business model doesn't make sense. The business model doesn't make sense. You are not UFC, even though you have a branch that is UFC. WWE is not UFC. We have weekly shows 3 times a week.
WWE does bigger cases.
That what?
WWE does way bigger cases than UFC.
They probably do, but UFC doesn't do.
I know what you're saying.
They don't do as many. They probably. Well, I can't. I'm not gonna even speak too much on that because I don't know UFC's numbers. But I'm assuming if they're throwing one major event a month compared to 3 events a week and a PLE, you can't sustain. The fans are not gonna be paying this shit.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why they're going overseas.
One thing we can say,
that's why.
About,
I wish I could. All right, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wish I could boycott, but they starting to do overseas shows now. But half of the pay-per-views is international, so it's like, how can we actually boycott?
Because you boycott by not buying the shirts, not buying the merch in general. When they do tri-state area shows or they do stateside shows, we're not going to them. And you know what?
Seems like they're gonna stop doing that shit in the next couple of years. Watch.
Because they're haters. I'm not even gonna say, but I have a promotion with a different company that pays for my Netflix, so I'm not even supporting them anymore. As far as even buying an app for them,
right?
So I'm done. Like until the tickets price justify a family based, I can bring me, my cousins, my nephews, sons, daughters. It's a family business at the end of the fucking day. And then,
but that's the thing. But that's unfortunately, it's the model of family business, but it's really not. It's not
right.
And that's one thing that Vince really did keep. As much BS as Vince did do with the creative and all that, Vince did keep the prices friendly. Even when they did become a $1 billion company and they went public, he always kept it friendly. Once TKO stepped in, that family friendly model that Vince kept in, that went out the window. And I'm not back in the back office with them. I don't know who to point fingers to, but I mean, it's like any other big company. You know what I'm saying?
We're not gonna be those fans and shows that fucking it's Triple H's fault because it's TKO's fault.
Right.
Period.
It definitely seems like it's their
period.
fault.
They're drifting away from the family friendly. They're inflating the ticket prices. And then I feel like in a situation where Vince would have been like, well, who is that guy West Side Gun always in the chains in the corner of my show? Why don't we incorporate him? Why don't he did a song for TK? Let's steal that motherfucker and make him the legitimate rapper for a lot of our new songs or shows.
I'm surprised the new regime, as much as they work with celebrities, I'm very surprised they didn't go to West Side and have him do, because he's been at these events before. He did the Hurt Syndicate song, so even that's a surprise that they didn't. Because they're thirsty to be connected to pop culture in any kind of way. So that's very surprising. There might be some personal animosity, and it also doesn't look good on a PR level for them doing that. And also recently, when Devon came out and said with Maven, I mean, even though that's the past. And as JR, he works for AEW now, but still, he did that in WWE, so it's not. If you couple that with the rise in ticket prices and overall, just as a fan, the product really hasn't been all that good. You know what I'm saying? Putting all that to the side, just as a wrestling fan, the product just really hasn't been that good. It's been very lackluster.
It's because they're getting too cocky. They're getting too full of themselves. They're like, the fan base is so dedicated. It doesn't matter what we do. We could go from an 8-match card to a 5-match card. They're still gonna eat it up. We could put 1,000 sponsors on the mat, on the barricades, on the announcers tables, on somebody's fitted, on the back of a fan's tee. If they could put it, they'll plug it, and we're gonna eat it up.
Focus kind of was hinted to this earlier. Focus, you see a future where WWE is really like 2025, 2028, where WrestleMania is really only for people that are like that make like $200,000 a year. It seems like we're heading that way. That what you think we're heading, folks?
Rich people's. Let the Hunger Games begin.
Oh man, WrestleMania is gonna be a Hunger Games.
I think we're already there, though. We're already there. Let's do the
It's
math.
Saudi Arabia.
Let's do the math. I went to WrestleMania 40, but for both nights I spent 500.
Mm.
Decent seats. Not super nosebleed, not on the floor. 500. 500 doesn't even get me one night. And if this year doesn't even get me one night.
500 doesn't get you one night.
Nope.
This year.
So let's get even farther. Last year they were in Vegas, the same place they're gonna be this year. The package deal, Mania tickets, flight, hotel stay for like 4 or 5 days. I was gonna spend
right now.
12 to 1,500.
Yeah, look at it right now. Look at it right now.
I need 12 to 1,500 just for tickets.
Well,
just for tickets to Mania.
Just for tickets.
Let's look it up in real time.
All right, so just for context, so we can bring this in full circle. Last year, Vegas package, all that 2 nights. No, the last time we went to WrestleMania, 2 nights.
Was it 40 in Philly?
40 in Philly.
Right. So then last year, the first Mania Vegas that they're doing of this two-part, 2-time back-to-back Manias. Last year I was gonna go, considering it going by myself. 1,500 flights round trip. 4 or 5 day stay at the Stratosphere Hotel, plus both nights Mania tickets, 1,500 for the whole package.
1,500.
Yep.
WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania last year.
So
now we're looking out for WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, WrestleMania this year, right? Let's see.
Meanwhile, checking the Kayfabe Avenue. Like, share, subscribe. Plenty of content from Volt.
All right. Section 346, right? And I got it filtered to the cheapest. Let's see what 346 is. This is for the 2-day package. Where the fuck is it? 346 is over.
What body part do I need to sell to go to WrestleMania?
Jesus Christ. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you're behind you're going to be behind the Titantron.
I can't read it out to us kids here.
So if the Titantron is here, like this direction, this is where the Titantron is, you're all the way up here.
Yeah, that's okay.
700 for that.
700 for a super obscure view.
Yes, 700. And you know what? That's actually cheaper, because these tickets have been on sale since August. We're in November. So considering people who let's see if this is a verified resale ticket. It is a resale ticket.
Wow.
All of these are resale tickets.
So
okay, standard admission.
You know what might happen though?
$725 for a standard admission. So if you want to go with a friend, taxes and everything, just the tickets, like I said, $1,451.
mean, I guess that's great if you're just living right in Vegas. You can just, go right to the stadiums. But
That's like a $10,000 trip right there.
That's terrible if you're coming from New York and you're trying to go to see the show. Then you gotta figure. Let's see if you take the cheapest flight, absolute cheapest. Let's say you spend $500. That's already $2,000. You want to stay at a hotel? You want to stay on the strip?
It's like 1,000 or so.
It's probably extra 1,000. You're spending $3,000, $4,000 when you can spend that on a full-fledged vacation, see oceans in another country.
I think that's honestly, I think that's actually a reflection of Syracuse. It's just not. It's not
Go to the Baja.
Yeah, go to the Baja. Go to the Baja. You know what? You know what sucks there this I don't think WWE's PR is the best right now, and AEW just keeps shooting themselves in the foot, bringing up unnecessary championships. Their backstage.
I forgot about that.
Their backstage reputation has not been the best. So I don't think they ever need any more backstage stuff. And then with the young ladies walking out on Collision this past Saturday, it's just
There's a lot to unpack in what you just said, right? To start off, I'm already at the point where I know AEW is just gonna be this. This is plateau at this point. What is gonna come from Tony's mind that's gonna be better than anything we've already seen? He fumbles established people. He doesn't position people correctly. It's the same shit. We get 4 weeks of trash dynamites or up and down dynamites, but we get an amazing pay-per-view.
I mean, that's one thing. I always say that's consistent. The pay-per-view always.
I gotta slug through.
Half the roster's on the milk carton. Half the roster's on the milk carton.
Half the roster is on. We can't even. They in the lost and found somewhere.
Half the roster's on the milk carton. And I think I love AEW, but this is the first time when he introduced that national championship. That was the first time I literally cut it off.
That's disgusting. First of all, we want to talk about disgusting titles and a display of you really just wish you were the other company. How about creating an international title, then creating a continental title, and then merging those two titles to create the unified championship.
Unified championship. And then that was on the path to the right way.
That's 3 different belts.
You want an intercontinental title so bad. You wanted to be WWE with that belt so bad. You created 2 titles to justify you having an intercontinental championship.
But they were all, for me, I felt like they were actually on a good path. I was like, all right, they merged those championships. You have a secondary championship. Okada's holding that. That feels really good. You have your TNT championship. Boom, that's good. You're putting more emphasis on a woman. I personally think the tag team championship for the woman was unnecessary because you don't even really do that much with your world champion. Whatever. But we're here. You have the teams to justify it. You're putting the matches on there. You did a tournament behind it. One thing AEW always does good, they do tournament. All right, you're putting the woman out there. You're justifying it, right? And then you just come out of nowhere for some reason. I don't like who's advising, who's booking this crap. Who thought it would just be a good idea? You know what we should do, guys. You know what would be a great idea. Adding another championship. And it's just like,
No. Not just adding a championship. Let's just copy NWA's exact title. Color, design, and slap AEW on it. Let's completely forget that this company, whether it is popular or not, has been in existence longer than WCW, ECW, and AEW combined.
I think that was a direct shot, and I feel like NWA should retaliate.
They should sue for copyright infringement.
I don't know how, but I don't know how, but
it doesn't make any sense. It's just
and then they want to claim that there wasn't no champion when that belt has a lineage going back to like while like the 80s, I think.
Yeah, the current champion spoke out on Twitter and said, "This is the real belt. I'm holding it."
And it's ugly.
It is ugly.
Yeah,
it's ugly.
It is ugly.
Devon was saying that AEW doesn't have poor management, and it just kind of
Honestly,
seems like it does. It does seem like it has poor management. It's like, did you create this championship so Bobby Lashley can have gold and not lose? Like, it's just like, bro, it's wrestling, bro. People, I'm just speculating right now. It's pure speculation. It's just like, this is not a shot at Bobby Lashley anyway, but it's like, are you just creating championships so you can have people win championships and this is not something on your shoulders? Bro, people win and lose in wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
So my thing is that I wouldn't mind if it was different divisions and championship belts, but it's like the division that these belts that he's creating is pulling from the same bucket of wrestlers.
Division. There's no divisions.
The men's division that they all pick.
Right, exactly. Title, there's no divisions. It's men's in reality, it's men's roster, women's roster. There's no divisions. They're all grouped up together.
I'm talking about like the divisions like tag team and other shit like that. I understand that. But we're talking about like they're making a singular title coming from the same bucket, and it's like
that's what I'm saying.
With certain people, this isn't like a super heavyweight title where this big ass person could fucking get that. It's the same thing over and over and over, and it's kind of like missionary.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you have this many championships, it's just like the TNT championship should only be defended on TNT. It should only be defended on TV. You know, if you're going to do break it up into sections. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't need this many championships. It dilutes.
It's fucking lazy. It's lazy. That's what it is. Look at Mercedes Moné. I'm sorry. Look at her. Let's slap another belt for more prestige. Let's not have her actually have a series of matches with one particular person who she builds to make look like a threat. Through story, builds this person up. No, let's slap another belt. Oh, she hasn't done nothing this week? Slap another belt. And another belt. And another belt. You have a person with 12 to 13 belts, and she's still not better than Toni Storm. And your current women's champion, I'm sorry, Chris Stat, she deserves it for being there as long as she has. It's still not better than Toni Storm.
I like Chris Stat. I just don't think right now is her time.
Nobody gives each other the rub in AEW. That's the problem. Who has elevated the next person?
The people when they do bring people up, they follow them. Like Athena could have been the person to do it, and then they bring her up. She's the forever champion. What do? Every time you see Athena in AEW, she loses. So it's like, why should
now they're trying to strap her to Mercedes Moné to give Mercedes Moné a tag team championship now.
You had a perfect storyline with those.
They lost already.
They lost already.
Did they lose already?
They lost already. Yes, they lost already.
Good.
But they had a perfect storyline with those three women, where Toni always beat Mercedes always beat Athena, and Athena you should have had those three women always beat. They can't beat each, but you fumbled it. You just it's like story be right there. It'd be right there, and it's just like no, we're just going to go in this other left convoluted way, and just like go ahead. Why not?
And that's the shit. Nobody's elevating anybody. You keep putting these new indie darlings or these new, flavor of the month people. They lose their steam within a week or two. Or you do shit like you promote Tegan Knox and her boo, and you make them lose the first night out. Now they come back they come back. Yeah, they lost in 3 minutes. Then they come back for the second match. You telling them you give them a promo. They're not even signed. Why are you giving them promo time? Let's start there. Let's start there.
Makes sense.
Let's start there. Why are you giving these motherfuckers time? Promo time. You don't give Penelope Ford promo time.
Right.
Where's Britt Baker? In the back of a milk carton. Why time that could have went to people who are already established or have already been on the roster for a long ass time, who are probably involved in this tournament as well? Why aren't they getting these promos? Instead, you give it to some people who are unsigned, then you intend for them to lose again in 3 minutes in a squash.
Yeah. Right.
And a false push.
It's two sides. It's two sides, because I see a lot of wrestlers, Dustin Rhodes and Tyra Valkyrie, they're going to talk about, fans are not in the business, so they don't understand, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes you have to take the view of the fans to account, because it's the view of the fans that's going to tell you, yo, bro, you're fucking garbage. We're not buying into your shit. We're not going to purchase your merch. We're not going to give a shit about your title run. We're not going to boo or cheer for you. We're going to be just mid as fuck for you. It does not translate well for you on TV. So we do matter. It does matter what we think. And if you're coming in new into the company, you're giving this promo, you already lost on your debut, you're about to get squashed, I'd ask, okay, you saw what just happened to me from where I came from, so what's the point?
What's the point? That's why I don't.
You're basically saying, let me take Vince's booking and let's just reinsert it here.
Right.
Which he's literally done a few times.
And I don't understand why when you have, so I'm not saying that Tegan Knox is sell out arenas, but like you have somebody with some kind of seed, some kind of momentum, why come in and immediately flat? Like I see both sides too. Yeah,
I definitely see both sides.
You maximize every single second on TV, but it's just like, what are you giving me to work with? You're giving me a promo and 2 squash matches. It's all about perception. You know what I'm saying? So if you bring these 2 girls out and they get squashed, why are we going to believe them the next time we come out there they're going to win? And even if they do win, it's just like, you're going to squash first.
Exactly. Some people don't lose that stink. And that's where a lot of these promoters, not just Tony, this is what a lot of these promoters don't understand. Some people don't lose that stink. And it doesn't matter how many times you repackage. And I'm sorry, but Tony doesn't look like he knows how to repackage people.
Right.
Because nothing that worked was original.
Yeah, I think sometimes, like you said, like you don't get that stink off people. Like I love the fact that Aleister Black came out of the woodwork and came after Cody, but it's just like you also kind of just spent like your first 90 days really doing nothing. So it's like it's cool. You can carry. You got the mic skills. You got the presentation. You can rock. You got the moveset. But it's just like, yeah, you also just kind of just came out of nowhere and challenged the WWE champion. Like
I mean, also you got to take into account those first 90 days was making sure they got Karrion Kross and Scarlett the fuck out the way, so they could just give the gimmick to Aleister Black and Zelina Vega. Love you guys. Love you guys. Absolutely love you guys. I love Scarlett. I love Karrion Kross. I love Zelina. I love Aleister. But that's what the fuck just happened to us.
But is that fair though, AJ? And I only ask that because Aleister and Zelina, they were doing that. They kind of had that before.
When?
WWE TV? When?
They've never been paired. That's one. 2, wasn't Zelina just a cyber motorcycle chick? And before the cyber motorcycle chick, wasn't she a cosplay I'm everything chick? And before the cosplay I'm everything chick, wasn't she in the LWO? And then before that, wasn't she just a mouthpiece for Andrade?
Yeah.
Like what are we talking about here?
She does do the cosplay.
Now you coming out in smoke, crawling, hugging up on your man. Whoa, where have I seen that before? You're doing all this dark, I'm a vampire like, yes, you've done the Queen of the Damn thing. And like I said, I love Zelina Vega. I got her pop
Yeah.
in my collector's case. This
That's
is
kind of
not
what
a knock. This is not a
that's how I
knock on
feel about
Zelina
this.
Vega. This is
Yeah, that's how I feel.
WWE and Booker's problems, and that's what we're focusing on. The Bookers,
Yeah.
not the wrestlers themselves. But that's literally what the fuck just happened. They used that 90 days to get rid of Karrion Kross and Scarlett and make sure, hey, they're out doing their thing. The fans are know they're not coming back to give their gimmick completely away. It makes sense. They're married too. I get it. They should be paired by all means. They should be paired.
No,
But you literally
no, I'm
just
just
copied a whole
yeah,
gimmick.
yeah. I didn't think about it like that, but it kind of, yeah, it is. They really did. They really just did just replace them.
Like, where have I seen the my shorty's
Where have I
gonna
seen
come
this
out
before?
first and then I'm gonna pop up behind my shorty and we're gonna enter together?
I also
Oh,
think
I've only been seeing him do it since NXT.
I also don't think they did the best job with Rusev coming back on. I was disappointed. I thought both Aleister Black and Rusev were gonna come back, and I
I
thought
feel like
not that I thought they were gonna be like
I feel
WWE
like
champions, but like
I feel like
both.
all of these wrestlers are starting to realize that it's gonna be the same no matter where they go. They're gonna be the same mid card talent.
I'm on the other side when it comes to Rusev because you came in, you had a good start with Sheamus. Those were a good series of matches. Yeah, you've been losing, but you haven't been losing because somebody's been trashing you. You've been losing because Dirty Dom is the
Has
dirtiest
been Dirty
player in the
Dominant.
game right
Dirty
now,
Dominant.
which
Yeah.
is justified losses. But his matches between him, Dom, and Penta have been great.
I felt
Now
like
he's
it
in
was
the
just like a bit
tournament.
of a it was a bit of a slow start. I maybe in
It's
my
definitely a
ignorance,
slow burn
I thought they were gonna come out and just like right
because
off the gate,
because
like things like,
Rusev
oh my, Rusev back, like
Rusev
from
one is a
Rusev.
monster, and then us seeing him in AW with as Miro,
Remember that first
and
year?
the way he was cutting promos, we thought we was gonna get the monster plus the promos.
I thought, yeah, they shouldn't have changed that. I feel like they should
So
have taken just like what they did with Cody. You take AEW Cody, you just insert him into the WWE universe. They should have taken Miro, Rusev, and just
but
change
the
the
thing
names,
is,
insert him into the
Cody was
WWE.
just Cody because if it was
You can't change
AEW,
that.
if it was AEW's Cody that they inserted, AEW didn't even like AEW's Cody.
Well, that first year, after that first year, it went downhill. But like that
AEW
first
didn't
year,
like AEW's Cody.
this is true. This is true. After the
That was
first, I'm gonna say like the
adrenaline.
first year, like that
So
first year, AEW's Cody, he was the ace. But yeah, that second year, I don't know what.
it
Oh yeah,
seemed like
remember, he tried to fight for America. That's what happened. He tried to fight for America. That's what happened.
that was terrible AEW booking.
Only for
Terrible,
president.
terrible, terrible.
But you
Yeah,
know, there's a lot of
Only for
shit,
president.
that that's why I feel like we all agreeing that it's kind of in a state of decline wrestling wise. Period. On the WWE side, you guys got too fucking cocky, and now it's only interesting when the tribal chief comes
Yeah.
back,
I
or
ain't
when
gonna
you
hold you.
actually give us things that we want to see.
Yeah,
You know, like a Braun Breaker coming up the ranks, and unfortunately for Seth, it was just starting to cook when he got injured. The same thing with Naomi. It was just starting
yeah.
to cook, and then you
She
got
gets pregnant.
pregnant. Same thing with Liv. It was just starting to cook, and she got it. Like,
Yeah,
so that's been happening a lot in WWE recently. That always happens in AEW.
that was. I feel like Cody needs Roman right now. I feel like right now, like unfortunately for me personally as a fan, Seth getting injured was a major blow. And I know this is gonna sound selfish. I'm mad at Seth right now as a wrestler, and I'm speaking from a perspective from my little bit of experience in the ring. And I'm only saying that because what did that move ultimately do? That coast to coast thing. What did it ultimately do? Was it the finisher of the match? It was a 1-2 move.
That the
You know
move
what I'm
that
saying?
injured
Like
him.
yeah, that's how he got injured. Remember when Cody was hanging and then he did that dive? He got
Yeah,
injured
yeah.
on
No, I
that, and
remember the
it's just
spot.
like
I just didn't know that was
what
the spot that injured him.
what did that move do for the overall match?
And it's not something he normally does too.
Exactly. So. And it's just like, what did it do for the match? You know what I'm saying? Like, you kicked out of a super. It's just like it didn't do anything for you. Now you lost 7 months of your career. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, fuck, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, you didn't need it. There was an unnecessary spot. The spot that match would have been no different if that spot didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It didn't add to the match at all. It only injured you. And that's just the reality of it. Just that spot injured you. You know what I'm saying?
The match itself was great.
Right.
You know, it did help the suspense of the match. I feel where you're coming from because it's like you probably could have avoided the injury without trying that, something you don't normally do.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a flippy shit. And it's like, come on, bro. It's just like, and Rob, like, you know your body. Like, you were speaking on this on like, you know your body, bro. Like, it's not the same as it used to be. So, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't fuck up this good recipe, and now it seems like Triple H, you seem like he used to know how to pivot, but it kind of, I don't know. Like, I love Punk being champion, and I think that should have eventually happened, but I do think it was a really lazy choice. With just
it was
go with the momentum. Braun Breaker was he had lightning in the go with him. You could eventually have Punk just beat him and be champion. You should have.
Is that Punk storyline wise was next in line for the championship?
Right.
The problem, you know what was the problem? Yeah. Jey Uso. The problem is Jey Uso.
Why? Why did Jey Uso?
Because he's been inserted in almost every storyline having to do with the world title recently, and he cannot hold his end in ring. He's gassed by the time he gets out there because he keeps running back his entrance. And then when you can't hold up a match with CM Punk, where CM Punk got to kick you in the head to get you into focus, and it looks like you're sandbagging Punk unintentionally.
Yeah. That's Saturday Night Main Event match.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. It really wasn't that good.
Yeah, it's not.
So we come off of that.
It's about to be Nick Caruso.
A lackluster, you know, win, because we kind of knew it was gonna be Punk.
That's exactly why they should have went with Breaker, and we could have still got the Punk. I think we could have still got the Punk.
Storyline wise, Breaker didn't earn it at all, so it makes sense why they go there. Now, what I do disagree with you on is they did pivot correctly the next day on Raw, because you brought Braun Breaker and that whole Vision crew back into the spotlight. You brought Logan Paul up and back into the picture. You got more eyes on the title. You building towards Survivor Series War Games. So they kind of did go the right route, but it's like we kind of seen this already. Vision versus the ragtag group of people, including Jey Uso, including CM Punk, and it's like they keep trying to bloodline these War Games.
It's only not working because that's not there. That's it. And I like Logan Paul. I think he's a phenomenal. But it was just, I think about that promo that CM Punk cut when that first night he was champion, and all the people that he could potentially face, and it was like, all the people you named,
Logan Paul steps up.
Yeah. It was like, and I like Logan Paul. I think it's gonna be.
But that was part of the story, because he was like, no. CM Punk was like, no, not you. And even last night on last night's Raw, which was atrocious, by the way, he told them, I'm not giving you a title shot. Like, you're not getting a match. Like, I'll give it to anyone but you. Right. Anyone in the group but you. So that's a part of the story.
I legit feel that way. And I like Logan Paul. I think it will eventually be a good match. But Logan Paul is a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match. But
it's going to be CM Punk versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
I think. Please. I think they need after War Games, I think they need to drift away from. They need to drift away from Jey Uso being involved.
Turn him heel.
something.
That will placate to his that not placate that will cater to his moveset. I'm not trying to say that Jey Uso is not a good wrestler. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying for his moveset and the way he operates in the ring, him being a heel,
Well, he
it will work.
he got to modify 5 moves of doom, and 3 of the moves ain't even his. Let's
And
be
it's
real.
okay. And it's okay.
He got to
okay.
take the torch from John Cena and start
Right.
doing the add-ons adjustments.
And what you said, AJ, is also true. Like they gotta build somebody else up because it seems like the story doesn't really progress until Roman comes back. It's kind of like on a treadmill, and when Roman comes, then it moves forward. Cody needs somebody else. Cody can move stories forward, but Batman needs a Joker. Superman needs a Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Cody can't. He can't do it by himself. He needs
But
somebody
that's
else.
because
It should be Uncle Howdy.
They're going back to. They're in a situation where, since Roman Reigns' title run, they're trying to give people like that long reign, but not too long, but long enough, and it's hurting more than it's helping. Because Cody's run been boring for a while.
Because he doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have anybody to go against,
and it just he keeps repeating. He keeps running that same cycle of people.
That's because the balance of power is off.
That's why he needs Uncle Howdy. He needs to go against the Wyatt family and the Wyatt Six.
Something
new. Honestly, it would have been dope. I think the balance of power is off in WWE. You can't have CM Punk and Cody be face and face, baby, fighting baby face at the same time. The balance of power is off. If Punk was a heel, you would have the perfect person to go. Or he wouldn't. I don't think he would necessarily fill that overall gap. But if you turn Uso heel and have him go against you balance. There's not enough heels and faces right now. The power.
You gotta have Jay as the John Cena that would go heel, but the real fans hate him. Everything.
I don't want to ever see another person attempt the John Cena thing again.
For the next 20 years.
I agree with you, AJ. I would accept that.
For the next 20 years.
It went from I like John Cena, or I really like John Cena, to oh my god, the Golden Shovel, decade of Golden Shovel. Then it's like, okay, I can respect John Cena for what he does outside the ring and the way he supports the business. Then it's like, all right, I give back Cena, retirement run Cena. Okay, I give him his respect, but those Golden Shovel years, nah, bro.
That's what they gotta do.
Never again. Never again. And his heel turn. I just want to pat myself on the back for saying that his heel run was trash the moment it happened. I want to pat myself on the back for saying, no, this does not compare to Hogan's heel turn. Not in any way, shape, form, impact, structure, anything. Thank you for the foresight of not hyping this bullshit heel run. It was trash. It was so trash. Cena said it was trash on live TV. And blamed the back while he was at it. I went along with the plan. Bro, shut the fuck up. Your whole shit was trash. You Travis Scotted it instead of Westside Gunning it. It was trash. It was trash. Garbaceous. Which leads to the reason why this Raw was so fucking garbage last night. You're in Boston. It's your final appearance in Boston. Motherfuckers leak that you're gonna face Dom Mysterio for the IC title early in by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I already knew this match was happening. That was 7 hours of people online talking shit about this match. Not only does it happen exactly like we got spoiled, it happens in the first 15 fucking minutes of the show.
That's right.
So this John Cena is the hero. John Cena is the GOAT. John Cena is not going to be here no more. Bro, he wasn't. He was gone in 20 minutes. The rest of the show was a dud. Nothing special happened the rest of the show. You built up this trash war games with the men. You built up this trash war games with the women. Everything else in between was fucking mediocre at best. I would have rather recoup the 2.5 hours I spent watching this bullshit, watch the Cena highlight on YouTube, and take a nap before I got to actually do something productive instead of watching that garbage ass send off to Cena. This is how you celebrate 20 years? Not one highlight package. Not one conversation of a rival speaking about this motherfucker. Not one rivalry highlight. You give us
life.
you give us a bullshit Damian Priest versus Miro. Nobody gave a fuck about that match because you know what? You took the steam from Damian Priest a year ago. You made Damian Priest garbage right after you took that title off of him. You flatlined his momentum. And that's my Puerto Rican brother, and he's the reason I shed a tear at WrestleMania 40. Finally seeing my Puerto Rican culture represented in a world championship on WWE. I will always have that moment, but I don't care to see him, and it's sad. Who the fuck cared about this Damian Priest versus Miro match? Was this the upcoming up and comer ex-rival send off Cena wanted? Was this the big shit that we're gonna look forward to the next 3 weeks?
Okay, so I know Cena has come out and says, "Oh, I don't write stuff, I don't book it." But here's the thing, John Cena, you are arguably the biggest draw of all time. You're up there. You're up there with Hogan. You're up there with Austin. You trying to tell me on your retirement year that you clearly said you're a very smart man. You sat down, you thought about it, you contemplated this is what you want to do. You came in there, hey guys, this is gonna be my retirement. You trying to tell me you ain't have no say so in this? You trying to tell me there's nobody in particular that you wanted to face? Because it just seemed like it's just trash. And it doesn't make any sense with all this time that you had ahead to plan this. And it's ironic because remember on WWE Unreal, they were talking about like they can't mess this up. Well, you did. Y'all definitely.
The beginning, the middle, and the end is trash.
It's all true. It has not.
The beginning was like, oh, Cena's leaving. Oh shit, we have a heel turn. Oh yeah, this is just trash.
I'll stand on this hill. That moment, the moment of John Cena turning heel and the whole Rock setup and kicking Cody in the nuts. That moment was amazing. I think that moment is one of the best moments. And everything that happened after, we heard trash, dumpster juice, complete jump. But that moment in itself, I thought that was amazing. It's a shame that nothing came. I think the whole overall run. I think the only highlights of it was some of those promos he cut were cool. The SummerSlam match with Cody, him coming back coming back as the face was pretty cool. That moment with The Rock and Travis Scott was pretty cool. But other than that, everything else has been really. Oh, he had a really good match with Logan Paul. But other than that, everything else has been, for me, in my opinion, it's been mid. It's been very forgettable. And it's a damn shame that John Cena's last year of arguably one of the greatest of all time.
There's only one way you redeem this. There's only one way.
How?
Only one way.
How?
Cena goes to Saturday Night Main Event. He faces the person of the tournament. Now, obviously, is going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. You're going to lose that. You're going to definitely lose that match. And then when you're waving goodbye and you're giving your farewell and you put that strap on the next person, The Rock comes out and reminds him, you're my bitch. You sold your soul at Mania. You're not going anywhere. You owe me until I fucking say so, bitch. And that's the only way you redeem it. Stretch this motherfucker to WrestleMania, give us Rock versus Cena to end it all. That's the only way.
I love it. But we both know.
We know it's not happening.
It's not
happening. Not the way it's looking at all. It's not happening. But that's the only way you redeem this garbage ass fucking year.
It's really bad.
It was garbage.
It's so bad. It was really bad.
Garbage guy,
And you know what's even more aggravating is because you have this really garbage story and all this, and then you have Peacemaker. where he's just ruthless, just bad, just like intricate storytelling, and then you have it's just like, come on,
He's
guys.
fucking Wonder Bread on TV. Is like he's terrible. He's fucking. It's not even him. It's the people they got him going. Guys, don't get me wrong. Him versus Dom was entertaining, even though it was super shoehorned. It was super obvious. Like, dude, you didn't even get to like. Why didn't y'all stretch this over the whole episode? What did you give Boston? What did you give Boston? You gave Triple H's entrance and his speech more fucking time than Cena.
It's all about the game, brother.
Literally.
It's all about the game.
You panded to the crowd. You panded to the crowd. Oh, we should have a fucking John Cena jersey retired at the top of this bitch. For what? He doesn't deserve it. You gave him 15 minutes on the last appearance you're ever going to give him, supposedly. You gave him 15 fucking minutes.
I mean, maybe there's a basketball game going on that night, but for the life of me, I don't understand why his career is ending in Washington, D.C. as opposed to not Boston.
This is why. Nothing makes sense. So stretch this shit. Cena, you sold my soul. So now you gonna do what the fuck I tell you to do. Fight who I want you to fight, and that's it.
Bro, I think we're going to see The Rock.
They paid a lot of money for that.
I don't think we're going to see The Rock in wrestling for a long time until like he goes to the Hall of Fame. Like I think he's solely focused on like making those smashing machine kind of movies.
Yeah,
he focused. We're not
terribly produced fucking trash.
I thought his movie. I thought his acting in that movie was great. Him and Emily Blunt were fucking amazing. I don't think the movie was that good though.
Personally,
the movie was that good, but they're acting in it. The Rock acting and Emily Blunt.
You know what's wrong with this movie?
Phenomenal.
You know what's wrong with this movie? I'm gonna just tell you what's wrong with this movie right now. The shit was Rocky with no Drago, with no Apollo,
and no happy ending.
With nothing. With nothing.
What a mid-ending.
Yo, what is it with the wrestling world? You're giving us a bunch of nothing. Nothing.
It's like the wrestler. It's like the wrestlers.
They only want to depress us. They really the Von Erich movie. Let's depress them the whole film, and then we're gonna end it depressing.
But here's the thing: the Von Erich story did kind of end depressing. But you know what? Bullshit.
No, he's still alive. He has sons and shit. They have nephews and shit in wrestling.
They should have ended it with them doing their little guest appearances in AEW. So yeah, that's too. And you had MJF in it. Who was booking this crap?
I mean, did they? I didn't even see MJF in the movie.
He was in there for like 2.5 seconds.
Was he though?
He got a couple lines. No, he was in there.
This man had his 2 seconds in the credit as it streamed up the screen. That was his screen time. MJF.
He was like the Pope D'Angelo De Niro in the Dark Knight Rises.
100%. We didn't see him. 100%.
He was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the overall state of wrestling right now is a little it's a little meh right now. The overall state, it ain't just WWE, it ain't just AEW. I think overall right now it's a little flatline. It could use some adrenaline in the soul right now. You know what I'm saying?
All around.
Maybe when the tribal chief comes back, it will. But something needs to happen overall. Bro.
Need to stop drinking the fucking Kool-Aid and just stop going to these shows. Let WWE look like how AEW looks on a regular basis.
You've seen their tickets, but you know what's funny thing is you can't even say that because AEW just they want smaller venues. They're all
right. Exactly. Make them have to reduce their fucking venues.
Did you see the SmackDown the other day? SmackDown the other day did not look good. There was mad empty seats.
It needs to look like that every week. I'm gonna contribute to not buying tickets. They in Madison Square Garden. Fuck that show. Fuck Cena's last appearance in New York. Fuck the merch. All of that. You guys don't need the fans that help y'all get to where you at. So all these sellout records, you don't need us. Fuck y'all then. We don't need you. We don't need to support you financially. I'm gonna see all your shit for free.
Right.
That's how I feel.
Right.
And I'm not even saying
Got a
pirating.
new sponsor.
I'm not paying for your
Got a new
Netflix.
sponsor, ExpressVPN.
Right. Shout out to that. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
VPN.
You know, like, and as far as AW, stop slapping a new title on shit. They're not Band-Aids. He's slapping titles on shit like Band-Aids. So they got a fresh new box. Here's 5 new titles for Monet. Here's a new title that's not going to make any sense in the year.
Not going to make any sense. You're gonna
both AEW and WWE's banned for the barbecue.
You're all right now? They come. They are. They're going to ban
from the barbecue.
They're banned from the barbecue.
We only letting in selective wrestlers.
Facts.
We only supporting MLW from now on.
Nah.
We're just gonna let us selective wrestlers.
Yeah, just selective wrestlers.
Just selective wrestlers.
I'm sorry. MLW's been okay, like here and there. They've been entertaining me, but like they just we got everybody at home ass roster, and I'm tired of seeing everybody Rollins in every match, and then Cobra Kane or GI Kane, whatever his name is. You know, we got fucking Liu Kang at home from the Contra unit.
You said it. We got them at home.
You know what I'm saying? And Matt Riddle. plus Matt Riddle. Like,
Matt Riddle. And an occasional dropping from RVD. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When he's not injured.
They got Karrion Kross now, but you know,
that's what I'm saying. We gotta support MLW.
I like Karrion Kross. Here's my thing about Karrion Kross. I like Karrion Kross. He got the cool music. He got the cool entrance. He got the fire wife.
Enter Adam Cole.
You know what I'm saying? But when that bell rings, though,
here we go.
I need that match.
That's how true it is.
For me, as a wrestling fan, I haven't seen that match from Karrion Kross to be like, yeah, that's that guy right there. When he's on a mic, yep. When he's on promo, yep. But in the ring, I haven't seen it yet.
Well, that's because you have to thank a company that only let him have 3 televised matches in a year.
It ain't it. I want to see that match. I want to see that match from Karrion Kross. I'm like, yo, go watch that Karrion. Go out your way and watch that Karrion Kross match. That shit was.
It's definitely not going to be an AEW. They're only going to give him 3 minutes.
Ooh, yeah. Let's end off on that topic real quick.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we do see both sides of the story, and the wrestlers are harping on, oh, you need even if it's 3 minutes, you need to capitalize on them 3 minutes, and you need to utilize it to the best of your ability, and good soldier, right? When is it okay for somebody to say, this is going to be trash, and we're heading in a trash trajectory? When can we do cool stuff?
Right.
And co-sign only cool stuff.
And AEW needs
like 5 minutes from the network.
I know she's okay with losing because that's all she did in WWE.
That's all she kind of does in everywhere. She kind of does it everywhere. I mean, she had to run
even her OnlyFans is losing.
Bro. I don't think she has one.
He does.
He does? Damn.
The fact that you don't even know about it in the wrestling community, like,
you know what?
You can't even OnlyFans, right?
Everybody does.
Nah, let me take that back on Joseph's side.
AEW, they need Swerve back. They need MJF back. They need Will Ospreay back.
No, they need good writing back. They need better storylines back. They need somebody to tell Tony, no, Tony, that's trash.
Right.
Or, no, Tony, we don't need another title Band-Aid.
They need to bring back the Elite and bring past some Elite drama because they need something. It's not.
we're just I think like I said earlier, we're just gonna be at a plateau. We're just gonna be at a plateau with AEW going forward, and we just the spikes in entertainment is only ever reserved for the pay-per-views.
They need to take the torch and move past those PLEs.
You sounded mad philosophical and shit.
Right. And WWE got to build some. I mean, it's easier said than done, but you got to move. You got to build some more stars that can move the story forward, other than Cody, Roman, and Punk. And I feel like Punk's kind of neutralized right now because he's super duper babyface. Tweener Punk is always the best Punk. Super duper babyface Punk really doesn't.
So if we had like to encapsulate everything we've spoken about right now, what would you define this pod as? Like, what would we tell? What's the message of this pod today? I would say stop being trash. Recognize trash shit. Stop being a dick and incorporate people who actually care and remember the fans.
I would say this pod represented me boycotting both AEW and WWE. I'm gonna watch MLW.
I would say.
Nah.
I would say WWE, take a look in the mirror, you can do better. AEW, take a look in the mirror, you can do better. I think wrestling fans can also do better, but also you can't expect us to, sell our organs for your wrestling show and then put out a mid product. Like, at least if I'm going to sell my kidney for WrestleMania, at least, it not be mid, right? That part. So, like, don't be mid. That's my overall message of it. Don't be mid.
Don't be mid.
Don't be mid.
All right. On that note, I think we could do this all day.
Yeah, we can.
Really?
Yeah.
So, we can do this all day, man. Find us on Kayfabe Avenue, man. You know what I'm saying? On the YouTube channels, on the podcast channels. Like, share, subscribe.
Watch MLW.
Nah, watch it. No, for real. Watch MLW.
Yeah, watch MLW. It does have good stuff.
Watch Ring of Honor. Watch all that shit.
Nah. Fuck Ring of Honor. I don't. Nah.
Nah. Watch HOG.
For what? Nobody matters there. We're gonna end up in a new episode. Skip the time.
Support the indies. Support the indies.
Support indies. HOG, even though you got me blocked for no fucking reason on Instagram. But yeah, support the indies. Support HOG. They're actually doing a lot of good shows recently.
Support EA.
Support EA, triggering JD from New York into a fucking 3-week rant. But yeah, support indie wrestling.
Right.
All that.
Right.
All right.
Kenny?
And
take us home.